to our channel CloudScripted. In this video, we are going to see how you can host your website on AWS Cloud. And before that, we will see how you can launch an instance on AWS Cloud. So let's begin this video. First of all, in AWS, there is a service called EC2, and this is known as Elastic Cloud Compute. Elastic Cloud Compute, or yeah, it can also be, the compute can be before, so Elastic Compute Cloud. And in this service we can have one option for instances, and using this service we will be able to launch the instances on AWS Cloud. So before launching the instance, let me just go to AWS website. So you just need to go to aws.amazon.com/console/ and then just click on sign into the console. And if you don't have any account, just click on create a new AWS account, and this will go to another screen, and you will be able to create one AWS account. So I already have created, so let me just log into my account and just sign in. So this screen will come up, okay, and here you can see on the console EC2. If you are not able to see, just type EC2. So this is EC2, okay, and here you can see I have not running any instances, and all instances are currently 0 count, right? There might be, so there is no one. Just click on EC2 dashboard and just go to launch instance. Here you can see first we have to give some name to this instance. So I'm going to give the name as my OS1, okay. This is just a name. The second thing, so as usual, we just whenever we install any operating system, we need one kind of pen drive to flash that OS, right? So here we need one of the AMI, that full form is Amazon Machine Image, that will be installed on our machine. So I'm going to select Amazon Linux. So please make sure that you are selecting the free tier eligible images, okay. This is the free tier eligible, because otherwise you will be billed, okay. So instance type, this is the free tier eligible t2.micro. Either you can choose this or either you can choose this, because no t2.nano is not, so you can only choose t2.micro. Second thing, the most important thing is key pair. So key pair, let me just show you the demonstration. So first of all, you have to remember the thing that is called free tier. So in Amazon you will be given 750 hours per month. Either you will use, so for example you are running one instance for 24, okay, you are running it for 24 hours, so you have used out of the 24 hours from 750 total, right? And if you are running 2 instances, then in this case that count will be 48. So in this way this gone up, and if you will use as many as instance, the hours will be as low as they will go down, okay. So kindly, whenever you are not using the instance, just stop it, okay, or you can also terminate it if you no longer need it, okay. So this is for instance free tier eligibility. And another part that is mostly important is key pair. So the key pair are usually the instance login private key pairs. So every time you launch an instance, you should have one key pair, and you should have that key pair in your laptop. Otherwise you will not be able to access that particular instance via Amazon website, or yeah. So key pair, you have to just download it. So first of all, let me create one key pair. So to create one key pair, just click on create key pair. We are just downloading .pm. For .ppk, I will create another video, because for ppk files we need Windows machine. So I'm currently using the Mac, so not able to do that. my OS key. I'm just naming it. Just click on RSA and then create key pair. So this key pair has been created and saved. So you can just see that this has been selected. Now here the second important thing is network settings. So network settings are usually referred to firewall, right? So just like our firewall has some rule that some traffic might go in, some traffic might go out. So in this way we have to create this. So as we are going to SSH this window, SSH this particular instance, SSH is a way to log into our instance. So we have to do it anywhere. Otherwise you can choose your IP if you just need only your machine can access this instance. So as of now I'm doing it anywhere, and I'm also allowing HTTP. No, that's fine. Okay. And the storage, so storage can only be up to 30 GB, which is free of cost. You can do it 8 or you can do it 30, although I don't need 30, so I am just making it 8. Okay, and just click on launch instance. So this will launch the AWS instance on AWS cloud. Now once you click on this, there will be some instance state tab, and this you can see this is in currently pending state. So once you refresh it, in some time it might be initializing. Yeah, this is now initializing, and after that it will say running, but please wait until this is not changed, the status check. This should be 2x2 check. Finally the instance will be running. So wait for some time. The second thing, how you will access it via SSH. So to access it via SSH, you need to run one command that is called ssh-i and then the name of the key pair. No, then the login name @IP address, and then you will be able to log into the machine. I'm sorry, I have done something wrong. This will be ssh-i, then the key pair name, and then login name @IP. Okay, so this will be the command which you have to run. Okay, now if we will refresh, it should not take so much time, but it is taking time. Let's see. So in some time it will be launched successfully. I guess we are now able to connect to this as we have the public IP. So just click on the instance ID and go to the networking tab. Here you can see the public IP. Just copy it, and also there is connect tab. If you will go here, they will show you SSH client. They can also show you the command which you can use to connect, right? But let's see. So for this requirement we need to go to terminal. I'm going to terminal. Now let me just go to download folder, as I have downloaded this key there, right? So I have to just search for ls grab my OS key. Okay, so my OS key is downloaded. Now let me just type ssh-i my OS key, that is the key which I have downloaded, and then the EC2 user is the username for this particular machine, and then I have to paste the public IP here. Now once I click enter or hit enter, just let me say yes. Do you want to continue connecting? Yes. So this is saying one warning that unprotected private key file. I'm sorry, you will not be able to log in. Okay, so to resolve this issue, we have to change the permission of the file. As of now, what is the file permission? Let me just show you. ls-la, then we will just grab this file, myOS key. So the file permission are currently read, and read is for public also. So we have to change it. Just change it. chmod 400 myOS key. Okay, so this will change the file permission to read only. Okay, so now we have only the read only file permission. Let me just run the command again. So once you will just run that command ssh-e-i myos key and ec2 user @ paste it. Okay, yeah, so you are currently now inside the Amazon Linux, right? You can also confirm it via cat cat /et/etc hyphen os hyphen release. So this is Amazon Linux. Now the second part which we need, how you can host a website. So for hosting any website you need one web server. So we have to install one web server here. You can do that, just type yum install httpd, but it will say that you can't run this command without super user privileges, you don't have permission. So just type sudo yum install, or let me just include the sudo before this command. Okay, sudo. So this will ask me, do you want to install? I will say yes. And now we have installed the web server, but let me just go to my system and let me just go here and go to the instances. Let me just copy my public IP. So I have copied it and let me just paste it. So you can see I'm not able to access it. Okay, so to access it, first of all the thing is I have to see the status of my web server, whether it is running or not. So sudo systemctl status of httpd, it will say disabled, it is not running in it, it is inactive. Just type q and exit it. So now let me start it. Okay, so it will now say that it has been started and it is running. But now once you go to your website, it is not still accessing, right? Why it is not able to access? Because we have not given the permission, right? So you have to go to the security, then go to the security groups, and here you can see the incoming rule that only SSH can be enabled. But if you want to add one more rule, just add one rule and type http, and we can say it from anywhere, IPv4 or IPv6, or just type custom and then use this. Okay, and save rule. So this has been enabled, so you can just refresh it and it is saying it works, right? It works fine, it works fine. Now let me just enter, let me go to sudo vim /etc/var www.html index.html, and let me type some more thing here. I'm just typing a simple command. Hey, we have created and hosted a simple website. Let me just save it, and you can see once you refresh it, it will say this: we have created and hosted a simple website. Okay, so in this way we can create a website and host it on the AWS cloud. That what we have seen. Now let me just give you a small tip, that is, so as of now our instance is running, okay, and suddenly you have terminated your instance, so you have terminated it. Okay, now if you will refresh it, this will not be accessible, right? So what we have done is, we were having one instance and we have terminated it. Okay, so let me just use we were having one instance and we have terminated it, so the associated public IP was changed, right? And suppose this IP is linked to your website www.cloudscripted.com, and your user now not able to see this website because this web server has been down. Okay, this has been down, your website IP has been changed, right? So to resolve this issue, we can use one concept of elastic IPs in AWS cloud. We can assign one static IP. As this is a dynamic IP, we can assign a static IP, and this IP can be assigned to this instance. Whether this instance goes down, whether this whether this has been rebooted, this IP will not change. Okay, what IP? The elastic IP or EIP will not change. So we will have to create one EIP here. Let me just go to the Amazon site, and here you can see one option, elastic IPs. Just go to it. Okay, and just allocate elastic IP. Okay, and allocate it. So this IP has been allocated. Now let me just go to the instance. I guess my instance has been terminated. Oh, sorry, I have terminated the instance. That is not a good idea. I again have to do the same thing, right? So actually we can't do this for the terminated instance. We have to do it with the, let me just quickly launch one instance and install this. So I'm already giving the same thing. I'm just allowing the HTTP here. Okay, and click on launch instance. This will be launched. Sorry, my OS. So launch instance and launch instance. Okay, the key pair, let me choose my OS key. Okay, and launch instance. So this is currently launching. The scenario which I was telling is slightly different, which I told you this earlier. So what exactly we are going to do, we are just stopping this instance once we will install the operating system, and after that we will install the web server on it. After that we will stop this instance, and we will see that this site can't be accessed, right, or can't be reached. So let me just see if I will be able to log into this. Let me go to terminal, and here let me just change the IP if we will be able to log in. Let's see. Okay, so we are now logged in. Let me just install quickly sudo yum install httpd-y. Okay, so this is now installing, and let me just quickly go to sudo vim/var www html index. Let me create one folder, index.html, and let me just type, hey, we have created and hosted a website. Let me close the bold tag and let me just write and quit. Okay, so let me again just restart sudo systemctl start httpd. Okay, now once we will go to this public IP, I guess we will be now able to see it. We have created and hosts a website. Okay, now if we will go to this instance, let me just go to the instance and just click on this running instance. Click on the instance state and stop the instance. Okay, so once you will stop, the public IP, that is 3.111.215.116, this might go changed, right? Let me just refresh it. So this is currently stopping the instance. Just go to the instance ID again. Okay, so here in the instance ID, just click on the instance state, and start the instance. Okay, so the instance is currently in the pending state, and you can see that public IP has been changed 3.110.31.213. okay, so now our user cannot see this website because they will not have the access to it. This will keep on loading, and it will lastly it will say the site can't be reached. Okay, so to resolve this issue, we will just allocate this instance the public IP which we have got from the EIPs. Okay, so to allocate this, just click on allocate elastic IPs. Sorry, not this. Just click on action and associate IP address to an instance which is currently running. Okay, and pub private IP, just choose this one and click on associate. So this has been now associated to our instance. You can see that this has been changed, right? Now if you will just copy it and you will paste it, you cannot see it because our web server is not currently running, right? So let me just log into this. I have been logged in. Now let me just do one thing, that systemctl enable httpd access denied. Sorry. Sudo. Okay, now this will start anytime. Okay, let me just type sudo systemctl status of httpd. You can see this has been enabled, and this is currently not running. So let me start it. So now whatever happen, your site address will not be changed. Okay, because if we again go to this and we will just stop the instance IP will be this only. And here is also one tip that if your instance is not in running state and you are assigning a EIP, always assign it if the instance is running. Otherwise release this IP, otherwise you will be billed, because if the elastic IP is assigned to a stopped instance, it is not using, right? So they might charge you. That's the quick catch here. Let me just go to this and again start the instance, because now our public IP will not change. See, okay, so this is in pending state, but our public IP is same, right? And here this might take some time, because our web server is not configured in that way that as soon as our instance start, this will started. Okay, so thank you so much guys for watching this video. We will meet in the next